Okay. We live, man. Hold up. The Appalachia versus North Carolina game is still going on. As soon as this game's over with, we're going to flip it to the Florida State game. You guys going to watch it live with me. But this is a very, very interesting game. College football is back, baby. But you can't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Appalachian State is known for these type of moments, man. They're known for these type of moments, so you cannot be surprised on what's going on right now. As soon as this game's over with, I'm gonna flip the screen. We're gonna watch it live with me. But right now, I'm watching the Appalachia versus North Carolina game. Once it's over with, we're gonna flip the screen. You hear? Woo! Are you guys excited to see college football back, man? Go ahead and ask me any questions. You guys can ask me live. Let me see. Let me put the live chat up, man. You know what I mean, guy? Oh, North Carolina won. Overtime is final. That was a close one. North Carolina won, man. Let me get my chat. Let me get the chat up, man. I don't know why I cannot see the chat, man. We're gonna flip it over. I'm going to flip it over. We're gonna watch the Florida State versus Southern Miss game. Woo. That was a great game, man. That was a very, 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 very great game. I'm waiting till they get the Florida State Southern Miss game on here. I'm gonna flip the screen. You guys can watch it HD live, everything, man. Y'all chill, y'all chill, man. Appalachia just lost to North Carolina. Great game. North Carolina 40, Appalachia State 34. So I'm not sure if you guys picked your prize pick from this game, but we're gonna watch the game, y'all. We're gonna watch the game. Trust me. As soon as the Florida State game comes on, we're gonna flip it over. All right, I'm gonna flip the screen. We're gonna watch the game. All right. That's tough, man. That's tough, man. Man, how about them nose, man? I'm telling you, we have to have a spectacular game. All right, I expect the first string, the starters, come in there. Yeah, I got the game. Chill. I'm waiting. Right now, it's North Carolina versus Appalachia. North Carolina just won. Once the game comes on, we're going straight to the Florida State game. All right. I'm gonna flip the screen. We're gonna go straight to the Florida State game. Let me see. I'm gonna do that for. Let me see if I can. Cause for some reason they're still playing in North Carolina. I'm trying to watch the game, man. We trying to watch the game. I'll put the game on for you. All right. Yeah. Go nose. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Go nose, man. Once the game comes on, I'm gonna flip the screen. All right. The game's on. Florida State struck early. Southern Miss their second drive. Y'all ready? Yeah. Okay. You ready to watch the game with me? Hold up. Really well, as you know that Florida State is going to play some kind of man-to-man. I love how he was able to throw into the blitz right there and get Caston out there to go those yards after the catch. We welcome you to ACC Network Primetime Football. Those of you watching UNC win overtime against App State. We've got Southern Miss here, trailing 7-0 against the home team, State. Billy Wiles. Hey, call me what you want, man. Just know I'm a Florida State fan. You heard? Nah, you guys the blessing, man. Go ahead and like the page, man. Go ahead and like the page, man. We're gonna watch the game as long as everything works out. Wrecking havoc all up in the middle of that offensive line all day. Number 8, 15-yard penalty. Who you guys got game? Who you guys got on this game? Picks up the infraction there for Florida State. A little too physical on the exterior right there. Just trying to get up in the grill of the wide receiver right there and get a little too handsy. And you see, Verse just beats the tackle. Frank Gore Jr. off the get-go and is able to get that pressure. 1st and 10 here. Mims in motion for Southern Miss. Wiles. Clemson transfer in trouble. Woo! As he throws, it's up in the air, incomplete. Oh, man. Caleb Deloach
like a heat-seeking missile hit Billy Wiles on that one. Just downhill as fast.
You got nose 59 to 7. Okay. Did you guys? Did any guys play the prize? Oh, look at that hit, man. The Lowe's put it on the wood. Did you guys do that prize pick thing? I'm still new to that.
They're going to get multiple opportunities in the course of a game to get tackles on the quarterback. We got a flag on the play.
Oh, come on. He's mad.
Intentional grounding on that play.
Like,
that
come on, over there.
Yeah, you continue to see Southern Miss just shoot themselves, install their own drives. Pre-snap penalties that you could stay away from. You have to be able to do that if you're going to have any opportunity. A loss of 10 on that one. Yeah, nobody home.
Yeah.
And way over the receiver. 2nd and 21 now for Billy Wiles and company. Wiles checking with the sideline and Coach Hall. Pittman out wide. Wiles with time. Dumps it off. Incomplete.
Wow.
Florida State. Excellent coverage there by Tatum Bethune. I like the thought process of Southern Miss and Coach Hall.
Hey, right when they get the
trying to stretch it
commercial break,
and trying to create
y'all be easy with me. I gotta adjust this camera, all right?
That shows you that they are way too fast. But look for them to come back to that.
I don't want this thing to be shaking all the time. So as soon as they go on commercial break, I'm gonna flip the camera around. So y'all guys can have a great watch of the game.
Now Bethune dropping back a little bit. Frank Ford Jr. in the backfield for Southern Miss. Wiles under pressure, throws over the middle. He's caught incomplete there. Tyquan Henderson with an 18-yard gain. An unbelievable job by
I got 9 people in here, man. Just go ahead. I just need 8 more likes. Got 9 people in here, man. Let's get 8 more likes, man. Let's get the likes up a little bit.
Linebackers to head to Henderson and get a huge completion. Big play here, 4th and 3, and Southern Miss is going.
Who you guys got? Florida State's gonna stop them, or Southern Miss gonna get the first down? Put it in the chat, talkers.
They're trying to capture the momentum right here for Southern Miss. Wiles hands it off. Shovel pass to Mims. Can he turn the corner? He cannot. A flag though on the play. Yeah, I think right here, I think they might get Avery White with the illegal crackback on the exterior right there. He went low, and he went backwards towards the line of scrimmage. So unfortunately, I think it's probably going to be on Southern Miss right here. Jarian Jones pushed him out of bounds. Personal foul. Illegal block on the waist. Offense number 42. First down. Florida State. Turnover on downs, a 5-play drive of 33 yards, but Florida State will take over at midfield.
Let's go offense.
Every year.
All right, guys. I'm gonna adjust the camera for you guys. Hold up.
They've been told how you
hold up, you guys.
Doesn't matter. Just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Are you serious?
You deserve it.
You guys be easy. I'm just adjusting the camera. All right.
At Ally, we're helping millions of people save for their people. Whoever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally.
Lost Medicaid or CHIP coverage? Healthcare.gov is here for you.
Where can we
find a low-cost health plan? What about a plan that covers...
Is that good? You guys good?
Emergency care?
Are you guys good?
Prescriptions?
With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today. Coverage starting the 1st of next month.
What's the website again?
Healthcare.gov.
Crafting something of character takes time. With the freedom to fail and the conviction
You guys good?
Smile Direct Club is a great way to straighten your teeth at home. They help you get the results that you want. My own son is actually a Smile Direct Club patient. I would highly recommend it.
Start your doctor-directed care at SmileDirectClub.com.
You guys good? You guys good?
Welcome back to Campbell Stadium, Georgia, Orlando, Franklin, Maryland. Payne with you. Let's take a look at our New York Life Drive recap. Florida State came out swinging early, Orlando. Yeah, Trey Benson gets a screen. He's able to get into open field and get an explosive goal. And then it's right to Deuce Spann over the middle. Jordan Travis does a heck of a job reading the defense. And then to cap it off, it's a touchdown to Darian Williamson, where Jordan Travis is
Nice pass.
Florida State's next drive here. Begin on their own 47-yard line. Jordan Travis, the Heisman hopeful. He is the CEO of this roster.
First time I ever heard that. CEO.
Incredible young man with an incredible story. His 6th year in college football. Travis on the RPO. Throws off his back.
Come on, Wilson.
Jordan Travis gets exactly what he wants right here. One-on-one coverage on the outside with the go route to Johnny Wilson. Johnny just not able to hold on to that ball through the ball on the ground. Put it right on the money. There's no doubt. Can't throw a better ball than that right there, George. Jordan Travis is one of the best players in college football. To think when Mike Norvell came here, he had struggled so much. He told him he wanted to be a wide receiver, and Norvell said, no way. And that boosted his confidence. You've seen the growth year after year since then. Travis to Benson on the right side. Sneaks past midfield. A short gain there of about 3. All of Florida State's run so far in this game has been all the zone read options, right? Where we've seen it hand off the ball to Benson, but we've also seen Jordan Travis pull. I think something big, FSU's offensive coaching staff might have something big planned off of that we might see later on in the game. Lawrence Toafili is in the game now, but an empty backfield for Travis and company. 7 from midfield. Southern Miss crowding the line of scrimmage.
Travis setting up the screen to Toafili, makes a man miss, sports past midfield, but shy of the first down marker after a 2-yard gain.
That's one of the rare times that I was actually surprised that Jordan Travis didn't check out the play. Pre-snap, you saw all the Southern Miss guys. They had about 8 guys in the box. You knew that they were coming because you were in a 5 wide spread set.
And Florida State's going to go here on 4th and 5 as the offense stays on the field. They struggled last year on 4th down conversions, but man, did they look great in every capacity last week at LSU, or against LSU at Camping World Stadium in Orlando. Travis, low snap, got plenty of time. He's dancing in the backfield now. He's flushed out, going backwards, finds a man. It's Toafili. Toafili has plenty of room to run, and he picks up the first down as he crosses the 40-yard line. A 9-yard gain. Dylan Lawrence takes him down, and the home crowd is happy about that one.
Jordan Travis does an amazing job right here, buying time. Got to also shout out offensive line for not going downfield, specifically Dimitri Emmanuel.
All right, let me fix this for you guys.
Travis does let it rip to Toafili.
All right, there you go, guys.
Travis, a quick toss to the boundary to Johnny Wilson Jr. is incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
If you're Florida State, you got to feel pretty good. You want to clean up the drops, though. That's something that they've been working on.
Come on, you guys. We got to be 3 and out. With the talents that we have with Florida State, the receivers, offensive line, one of the best offensive line I've seen in a long time. It's got to be a 3-and-out
Southern
team
Miss,
versus
Florida
teams like
State.
this. Come on,
Two
Florida
tight
State.
ends back there now.
Come on, guy.
Haley in the backfield in a pistol formation. Travis keeps it, throws it over the middle, sails it over his intended target, Deuce Spann. Two receivers, though, in the area there.
Yeah, that one looked a
Wake
little bit
Forest won.
contested. I'm
That's going to be
wondering
an
if
interesting
one of
game,
those
Florida State versus Wake Forest.
Spann or
You
the
know,
other guy just ran around
now,
there
I say
because
this with
you take
not really
a
grain
look
of salt,
at
but
Florida State's
of course I want to
offense
see
as the
Florida
wide
State
receiver
make it to the
options
national
go
championship
and
game, not just the
playmakers in the
playoffs.
middle of the field.
But the team I really would love to see Florida State play against, only if, hold up,
1 for 3 on third
let y'all watch
downs
this
in
play.
one thus far. Benson in the backfield with Travis. Southern Miss showing blitz. Here they come. Good pickup. Travis
Come on.
down the field.
Perfect.
And it's Deuce Spann.
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me, bro? But like I said, I would love to see Florida State play against Colorado in the national championship game. You guys heard it here. That was a perfect throw, too. Perfect. Come on. I was always taught in college football or in football in general. If you touch that ball, man, you better come down with it.
And Florida State is going here. They are on the field on 4th and 10.
You shouldn't have to keep going on 4th down, coach.
You're in kind of no man's land. You can't punt it from here.
It's not good.
Yeah, and you'll know before you snap the ball.
But Florida State has always been a second half team. We dominate always in the second half. There we go.
Travis.
There you go, Travis.
Flushed out of the pocket. He's so dangerous when he runs it.
Think about it, Travis. Think about it, Travis.
Travis is going to keep it.
Man.
And slides after he picks up the first down.
Man, if I was Travis, man, I would have ran that thing in. Y'all boys don't want to score a touchdown? I'll score the touchdown. Don't worry about it. He was wide open. He had a receiver wide open.
Ball on the 28-yard line after the first down. Man, Travis is electric.
Yeah, every single time he gets the ball in his hands, I'm wondering what he's going to do next.
We got a timeout here for Southern Miss. They need to talk things over. We'll step aside here as Will Hall and company are trying to figure some things out on defense. Florida State up 7-0. Inside football.
Yeah, I would love to see Florida State versus lower this down. I would love to see Florida State versus Colorado. Only if Colorado dominates their conference. I'm talking about dominating teams, destroying them. That's the only time I would love to see Florida State play against Colorado. And if I would, the only game I would love to watch Florida State play Colorado is the national championship game. That Sanders, man, he's electrifying. He's a really, really great quarterback. Very, very great quarterback. But he ain't my Jordan Travis, man. But I believe, Dion. Who believes? Who believes in Mike Norvell? I believe in Dion, but who believes in Mike Norvell? I believe Mike Norvell going to get a championship. He's going to get a championship for real. But I would love to see Florida State versus Colorado. I think that would be the most sold-out national championship game in college football history. Like I said, only if Colorado dominates their conference and destroy teams. I would love to see Florida State play against them, and Florida State destroys Colorado, you know. But I really love Colorado's quarterback. I love what Dion did with Colorado. When those players left because, you know, they didn't like what Dion was saying. Come on, you guys were 1-11 last year. You know, now you guys are 2-0. So maybe Dion knows what he's doing, right? Maybe one of the best college football player that came out of Florida State, one of the best, actually know what he's doing, right? So yeah, it's okay. I expect Johnny to do drops, but all the receivers, like, where's Coleman at? I'm not even sure if Coleman's playing. But you guys, like, I've learned, if you touch the ball, you have to score. You know, either score or come down with a completion. You know what I mean? That's just football. That's what all receivers are taught. You touch that ball, I don't care where you touch it at, you got to come down with it. That's why you're the right receiver. You got hands. But if you guys been a Florida State, I've been a Florida State fan since the '90s. Yeah, it's a long time. But Florida State's always been the second half team, man. They always dominate in the second half. Let me put the volume up for y'all. The game's back on.
Is brought to you by the Honey Baked Ham Company. Game day is a honey baked day.
Oh, there's Coleman.
Florida State with a 7-0 lead. George Sedano.
I like to see Coleman with a little personality.
Take on Southern Miss. Let's welcome in the third member of our team, Marilyn Payne.
George, Mike Norvell says this fourth-ranked FSU team is not a we've-arrived type of team. He says we have to maintain our same work ethic and focus that has allowed us to beat LSU the way we did Sunday. Tonight's focus for him is a cleaner, crisper offensive start.
Thank you, Marilyn. Quick toss to the boundary there.
To Winston Wright. Picks up about 5 on that one.
Jaleel Clements does a heck of a job of getting downhill right now and sorting through the traffic to be able to make that tackle.
4-yard gain. Mike Norvell was very quick to tell us that, to Maryland's point in those meetings. He was like, listen, we're not a made team. We want to play with a chip on our shoulder, and I get it.
Well, you look back at last week, and there's a lot to correct on the film, offensively and defensively. When you look at the offense,
come on, guys. Come on, O-line.
But the run game was something that wasn't a factor for a long period of time in the first half against LSU last week.
I can't wait to see Benson get his groove back. He's a beast in that backfield.
If you are Coach Norvell and his defensive staff.
3-yard gain, 3rd and 3.
We'll call it a long 2.
Travis at the 20-yard line. Keeps it. Pushes forward. Does he have enough? It looks like he may be shy of the first down. But the way Florida State is going for it on 4th down, it's not going to matter. They're clearly going to go for it here, I would presume.
Yeah, that would be the expectation. If they went for it earlier on 4th down and it looked like they have longer 2 yards, right now 4th and under 2, I would expect them to go for it right now as well.
2 for 2 on 4th downs today, Florida State. Trying to make it 3 for 3.
I love the tenacity of getting these 4th down completions, conversions, but come on, we shouldn't be doing this all the time, guys.
Southern Miss showing blitz. They hand it off up the middle. Right up.
Thank you. I told you. Thank you. Touchdown, Florida State. Let me add a little excitement for you guys, man.
Right there, you see the experience of this offensive line. Trey Benson is able to stagger down the field for 19 yards, but it's about the big boys up front, identifying the defense and what Southern Miss is trying to do and being able to bring the physicality to that front 7 to keep their running back clean for a nice score.
12 plays, 53-yard drive, capped off by that 19-yard run by Benson. 5 minutes and 23 seconds off the clock. The extra point by Fitzgerald is not that good. And Florida State up 14-0 here in the first.
There have been so many great things that you have seen on that drive. But the touchdown run, you see that offensive line part the season. I'm telling you, George, me and you could have got through that hole right there.
I don't know about me. You maybe. You slimmed down as an offensive lineman. You're down like 100 pounds almost. I'm a 46-year-old dude who was a weekend warrior.
But the hole was big enough for the both of us. We could have went through it side by side.
Maybe I could have gone on your back and you could have dragged me there like a child. But I don't think I could have ran through that. But I appreciate the thought and the sentiment.
If you're Coach Norvell and Coach Atkins, you got to feel really good about where you're at running the football right now. Because last week, that was a point of emphasis. In the second half, when you got the run game going, it made things a lot easier for Jordan Travis and the skill positions on the perimeter.
Come on, defense. I need to see a sack, interception. I need to see some stops.
to kick here.
3 and out, baby.
Tavius Willis waiting at his goal line for Southern Miss. Roderick Clark back there as well.
What the heck was that?
Outside kick. Can Florida State recover? They're going to check here.
Come on, Mike.
No, they'll say Southern Miss was able to get it.
Mike, I love that you are very spontaneous, but come on, man.
The better team.
Come on.
Didn't work out. Shaheem Brown made the tackle there.
Oh, Lord.
I like Florida State's thought process right there. You know, just with the surprise onside kick.
Wait, it looks like Shaheem Brown recovered the ball, although the referee pointed the other direction. He pointed Southern Miss. So what are they doing here?
Lots of miscommunications right now.
The official absolutely pointed towards Southern Miss.
What
But
the heck?
MSU is going to have the ball. There you have it. So a great gamble by Mike Norvell.
Come on,
Steal
Mike.
possession right there for his offense.
It's only week 2 for the officials, too. So there's that.
Getting in the rhythm.
Lawrence Toafili in the backfield with Travis, so Florida State looking to tack on some more. Travis, with time, launches one down the sideline for Wilson. He comes up with the
Dang. It's like Wilson makes the hard catches, but drop the easy ones. If I was Travis, I'll throw every time I see Wilson in a difficult position, I'm throwing the ball to him.
Because I thought that Wilson had stepped out of bounds right there, but no, it looks like they're calling passing interference.
The ref threw his hat off, which acknowledges that he had stepped out of bounds, but I guess they're picking that one up.
Let's see that.
He did step out.
Ah.
Right there, if you're Jordan Travis and
they're going to review that one.
if you're Jordan Travis and Johnny Wilson, you're feeling pretty good about that connection, though, because you've tried to get that going earlier in the game, and it's unfortunately you haven't been able to complete it. Right there, although I think it's going to come back, you've got to be building the confidence in Johnny Wilson. The fact that he was able to
Bear with me. I'm trying to make it more exciting. This is my first time doing this, so I'm learning a lot.
I'm guessing this one isn't going to stand after the review.
Yeah, you get to slow that thing down for the
I'm learning a lot, you guys.
And really see exactly where Johnny
There we go.
Wilson was running, but also see if he was in bounds.
I promise you the next setup will be a lot better than this. I lost my tripod. I don't know where my tripod is at, but next setup will be a lot better than this. But how you guys like the look?
Of course, a big game against LSU last
cool,
week.
Right?
We talk about how humble he is, and really him and Keon Coleman, how neither guy is a me guy, and how they fit seamlessly. Norvell told the story to us, Coach Norvell, about how when they were recruiting Keon Coleman, that some of the other coaches that were trying to recruit him out of the portal out of Michigan State were negative recruiting, saying, you don't want to go play with Johnny Wilson. He's the guy there. Why do you want to play with that? And Mike Norvell, who had recruited him out of high school, told him, listen, this is actually going to be perfect for you. You guys are both going to be able to eat out there.
Yeah, it shows you just the confidence of Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson. Both of these guys say,
come to Florida State if you want to eat.
Both get together.
Everybody eat on Florida State.
Day-to-day basis, and let's see what can happen in the course of a season of playing all these games together. And as my forecast is, George, that it's going to be exciting week in, week out.
Let's take a look at that play one more time as the officials are looking at it. We saw earlier, Wilson had stepped out of bounds right there at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, you want to come back to that, though, if you're Coach Norvell, though, and Coach Atkins, because you know that you could have that one-on-one matchup, and it's going to be there all day. You just got to tell Johnny, maybe you're going to shorten your split and stay away from that sidelines a little bit more to make a great adjustment on the football instead of stepping out of bounds.
Head official Tim Hedgepeth having a conversation there. This shouldn't take that long, I don't think. Like, this should be like, hey, let's keep it moving and let's go.
Yeah, it looks clear as day. It's something that you should have been able to get a.
I don't know. So far this season, these officials have been donkey. And I'm not talking about a literally donkey. If you get my drift.
Is unbelievable. I've played here in this stadium, in this environment, in this atmosphere, and if you're not used to it.
After further review, the receiver did not reestablish inbounds, therefore the pass was incomplete. The 15-yard penalty for defensive pass interference is enforced. Automatic first down.
So that still worked out for Florida State in regards to getting the first down, but the big chunk play is taken back.
Yeah, so I imagine this referee crew took a little bit longer on the call because of the defensive pass and interference. But yes, a fresh set of downs for Coach Norvell in this offense.
So it'll be first down and 10 from the 36-yard line. Toafili in the backfield.
There goes Coleman. I got a feeling Coleman's going to make a big catch in this play.
And he's in a wildcat formation as Travis splits out wide.
Toafili off right tackle. A nice gain there. About 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7 coming up. Under 2.5 to go here. Toafili, the St. Petersburg native.
That was just a counter OT, pulling Les Harris and Casey Roderick to the right side. And Toafili just getting the ball with a full head of steam and going forward. A nice little wrinkle to this offense.
Keziah Holmes now in the backfield in the pistol formation. 2nd and 7 from the 34.
Florida State using all the running backs right now.
Travis changing the play. Hands off. And picks up another chunk of change there. A 4-yard gain by Holmes.
I love the
Good
play
job,
call
Holmes.
because all you did was flip the play and just run it now from Travis at the quarterback position, but you just run the counter OT to the opposite direction, and you're able to get an efficient run right there to bring up 34.
Holmes, a Penn State transfer. Lawrence Toafili now in the backfield. On 3rd and 4. Ball on the 30-yard line. Florida State also has some changes along the offensive line. As we mentioned before we jumped on ACC Network, Robert Scott Jr. and Maurice Smith are out.
Let's get a big play.
Les Harris are in. Travis over the middle. He's got
God.
slaps it.
Come on, Johnny. What are you doing?
If you are Jordan Travis, you got to be getting frustrated because pre-snap, you know that you're going to him right now. That DB's playing off coverage, but Johnny Wilson unable to complete that catch with going to the ground right there.
Normally sure-handed Wilson. An incompletion there.
Wow. Wilson on his game, bro.
Wilson from Pacoima, California.
He's had 3 drops last week and 3 drops tonight, and we're only in the first quarter.
4th down and 4. Florida State 3 for 3 on 4th downs already.
Send him out,
Travis,
Coach.
low snap, picks it up off the ground. Got time, throws it into the end zone. Incomplete as Keon Coleman tried to climb the ladder and couldn't haul it in. Jay Stanley in coverage there.
Jay Stanley does a heck of a job.
Don't worry.
Sabatin being able to now squeeze Keon Coleman and deflect that ball and not allow the big-time playmaker to come down with that football.
Good play.
Sabatini also there in coverage.
That was a good defensive play.
Those two, Coleman and Travis, had the big connection last week. 3 separate times. Got the hat trick as far as touchdowns are concerned.
Your coach Hall, you're feeling really good. That was a momentum changer right there. Your defense able to get off the field on 3rd down.
Florida State is a second-half team. Let's go, D.
The first quarter. Frank Gore Jr. has not had a rush attempt here, and another flag, a false start for Southern Miss.
False start. Offense number 38. 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
And they continue to go the wrong direction. Are you surprised that no rushes for Frank Gore Jr.?
Yeah, it's been really surprising seeing that. I think the referees got it wrong. I think that was Garrett Scott, the left guard, that moved a little bit early. But yeah, Frank Gore Jr., you got to get him going. Got to get him as many touches as possible, especially because he's a field running back. He likes to feel the course of a game, and he gets stronger as the game goes on.
6 penalties for 35 yards for Southern Miss. Play action. Wiles throws a wild pass out of bounds. Jakari is casting the intended target, and they are not on the same page right now.
Florida State plays man-to-man, and they are a fast-showing defense. Right there, a lot of miscommunication on the perimeter with this wide receiver group as far as who has who, which messes up the timing, and Billy Wiles just has to throw it away right there.
2nd and 15 from the 25. Wiles, the Clemson transfer, was a walk-on there, then got a scholarship, transferred here to Southern Miss. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Gore, his first run, and Gore wrapped up after a short game.
Good play.
Tackle there made by Akeem Dent.
Good job,
That's
Dan.
where you're not going to have success against this defense. They're too much fast flowing. You can't try to get to the sidelines. I was shocked that I didn't see Frank Gore Jr. put his foot in the ground and try to get
Surprised Frank Gore Jr. is not playing for Miami.
14 as the clock is winding down here
Dad was a legend at the Hurricanes.
for the first quarter.
If you're FSU, you're thinking about dialing up the pressure. Let's see what Coach Adam Fuller does to BC now.
3rd and 14. Let's see what's going to. Look at an interception, guys.
And they're showing blitz.
Let's go, no.
Wiles on 3rd and 14. And another whistle,
Is that a timeout?
as that is the end of the first quarter.
Okay.
So after one quarter, the Knolls up 2 touchdowns. Southern Miss trying to keep their drive alive.
This is AG1, foundational nutrition to
Oh,
support
just,
whole body, brain, and gut health. Vitamins, minerals,
Yeah, so far Florida State is dragging their feet, which is okay. Southern Miss, I personally know that Florida State is a second half team. What does that mean? Florida State always come out and dominate the second half. You can see that in the championship game, Florida State versus Auburn. You can see that in a lot of games we played. The LSU game we just played recently, dominated, right? Second half. So, but these drop balls, not just from Wilson, but from Coleman. I don't know what's going on, man. I do not know what's going on, but it doesn't make me worried. It's just, thank God we're playing against Southern Miss, where they can do some corrections. You know what I'm saying? During practice and stuff, man. Because we playing Clemson, what, in 3 more weeks? 2 more weeks we're playing against Clemson? And I really believe Florida State's going to dominate that game, too. I really do. I just pray that Johnny can pick his game up before the season is over with, because he needs this. If he's trying to get to the NFL, this is not a good look for him. You know, that's what they're going to talk about. You know, you got the height, you got the size, you know, you can block. You know, you're great with your run routes, but and that's what they're going to say. But you're known for dropping balls. I still believe Johnny Wilson can be a great NFL receiver, but you got to get him catches up. Once the game comes back on, I'll put the volume back up. But until then, we're just going to lower it down. Right. I promise you guys, the Clemson game, I'm gonna have a way better setup. It's gonna be HD. It's the first time I did this, so I'll have a way better setup, and we can actually enjoy the game together, and I don't have to hold the phone with one hand and play it on the tablet, right? So I'll have a way better setup for the Clemson Florida State game. I just lowered it down. So once the game comes back on, I'll put the volume back up, and I'll shut my back. All right. That's right now. I just lowered it down. You know, talk a little bit. Okay, the game's back on.
0 with me now, head coach Will Hall. What do you need to see from your offense to get in the end zone here?
Well, we've gotten behind the chains. You know, we've jumped off sides. Some of our younger guys in this environment, you know, it didn't handle it as well as we would hope. We jumped off sides. Right there, they slapped the D lineman, made a clapping sound, made us jump. Defensively, we played pretty well. They had to convert several 4th downs to get their second touchdown drive, and but we got to settle down offensively and execute our offense.
How do you calm your guys?
Back to action. Thank you, Maryland, with Coach Hall. Wiles throws one incomplete. Intended for Jacarius Caston, but a flag on the play.
Tight coverage on the outside by Destin Hill right there.
Personal foul. Run to the passer. Defense number 11. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Wow.
Patrick Payton, the ACC Defensive Rookie of the Year last season with the infraction there.
Yeah, look for Peyton to continue. He's a high motor guy, and now his body's finally developing out. This guy had a penalty last week, now another penalty this week, but it's one of those aggressive penalties, getting after the quarterback. If you're a coaching staff, you could live with that, but you want him to be able to use better judgment in different situations to be able to get Southern Miss off the field rather than let them keep on driving the football.
The 15-yard penalty puts them at their own 41. 1st and 10, Wildcat here. And a false start as Frank Gore seems frustrated.
False start. Offense. Everybody but the snapper. 5-yard penalty. First down.
He literally said everybody but the snapper.
Everyone but the snapper. You played offensive line in the NFL and in college, so did you ever hear that before?
I've heard it once or twice before, George. It just means that everybody else was right and the center heard a different snap count right there.
7th penalty for 40 yards.
These ref are out of control, guys.
Going backwards here.
Golly.
Miss. 1st and 15 for Wiles. Avery White in motion, their tight end. Play action for Wiles. Got time. Goes to the sideline. He's got a man. It's caught there.
Wow.
He hurdles a defender. It's Ty Mims with a big pickup there as he gets into Florida State territory on 33-yard gain for Southern Miss.
Great call by Coach Will Hall. Moving the pocket to the right to capture some of those defenders' eyes, and you're able to see Ty Mims get lost behind the DBs for their explosive play.
And it looks like Akeem Dent went down with a hamstring as he immediately grabbed for his leg, his left leg.
It's cramping.
Let's step aside as the trainers attend to Akeem Dent.
It's bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Tailgate like a legend with bold hand-breaded chicken and fluffy buttermilk biscuits. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app. It's bow time.
Why pay over $100 a month for cable when it's half the cost for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want on the only live TV streaming service rated #1 in customer satisfaction by JD.
Promise you guys, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if not subscribed yet. This is the first time I've done this, so the Florida State versus Clemson game, I will have a way better picture, HD, all that good stuff, good setup. But this is a trucking channel. I talk a lot about trucking. I am a truck driver, so I got a lot of videos you guys might be interested in. But I am a big time Florida State fan. So Florida State playing a lot, very, very sloppy, if you ask me. Let me see if I can change the filter. Is that better? That's a little bit better, right, guys? Got that glare out a little bit. Do me a favor, guys. Go ahead and like it up. Only going to talk during the commercial breaks. While the game's playing, I won't talk. I know how annoying that could be. But I'll ask you guys to like it up, like it up, like it up, like it up. All right. Game back on.
As he's going into the 10, Orlando.
A huge loss for this Sentinels defense if he's not able to get back out there. Has 15 pass breakups, leads the team in that category because he's always around the football.
See if Southern Miss can capitalize. They're in Florida State territory here at the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. Bibbs in motion. They hand it off to Gore up the middle, and Gore picks up about 4 yards there.
A nice, just full steam ahead run by Frank Gore right there. Help build that confidence of this offensive line. Just going straight at that front seven for Florida State. So far, they've done a good job of protecting in the passing game, but they have to get the running game going if they're going to be able to get in the end zone.
They give him 5. Gore is coming into the game, was 80 yards away from 3,000 career rushing yards. Wiles takes the snap, hands it off to Gore. Gore gets loose, gets the first down,
Good trick
down
play.
the sideline and knocked out of bounds near the 10-yard line. A 16-yard gain for Gore. Let's go to Maryland for more on Frank Gore Jr.
Frank Gore Jr. said Thursday, I am so excited for this huge opportunity to show people
First time I'm doing this, I'll have a way better picture during the Florida State Clemson game.
1st and 10 from the 11. Wiles checking with the sideline. Southern Miss in the red zone for the first time here tonight. Trailing 14-0. And whistles on the play here, a flag on the play.
I think we might get some movement up front again with that offensive line for Southern Miss.
5 to the snap. False start. Offense number 65. 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
That's their 8th penalty in nearly 17 minutes of play in this game. And I get it. Florida State's defensive front is ferocious, but you can't keep doing that.
And it's again on Greg Scott. I mean, that might be his 3rd false start, I think, of this game. And he's a guy that this coaching staff was really excited to watch play against this team because he could match the physicality.
They told us he was a Sunday-type player. He's having trouble tonight. 1st and 15. They give it to Gore again. Gore spins out of the tackle for some positive yardage. A 2-yard gain for Gore.
Sometimes those big offensive linemen, when they know that they're pulling and it's a power play and I got to get out there and go pull and get a linebacker, sometimes they might rock back or just be a little antsy and not sit in the stands. If I'm Scott, I'm just thinking about that snap count. I'm telling myself the snap count over and over and over again because I can't afford to hurt my team any much more.
DJ Lundy on that tackle. Wiles on 2nd and 13, checking with Billy Hall on the sideline. They give it to Gore again, and Gore gets stopped. A 2-yard gain for Gore, and Florida State's defense tightening up. Coach Will Hall going to have to draw something up here.
DJ Lundy just showing you that, yeah, you might be able to fool me once, but you're not going to be able to fool me twice. So Coach Hall tried to go back to that counter play, and Lundy was just able to get downhill and get that tackle.
3rd and 12 from the 13. Rodrigue Clark now in the backfield. The redshirt junior out of Starkville, Mississippi. A lot of natives on this Southern Miss team.
Southern Miss, I'm thinking screen right here.
And another whistle. Timeout Florida State this time. As Mike Norvell and company want to talk this thing over, Adam Fuller, the defensive coordinator, probably saw something he didn't like.
As you watch this defense of Florida State, They continue to blitz. So if I'm Coach Hall, I'm thinking about trying to dial up a blitz with Clark in that backfield instead of Gore, because he's more of the pass down back and the running routes back. So try to take advantage of that aggressive defense of Florida State.
And now it's time for Food Lions. Food for thought. Orlando, what is your food for thought tonight in this contest?
Well, just looking at Southern Miss this game, it's got to be explosive plays downfield. You got to capitalize on that. You also got to figure out a way to use misdirection as an advantage. And offensively, you want to be able to match your physicality up front. Florida State, we know that you have speed, but can you capitalize with the running game, get that run game going early, and also be physical on all three phases when there is tight coverage out there?
All right, you guys.
3rd and 12, Southern Miss over
After this
2.
play, I'm going to end the live. So you guys want to skedaddle, you guys can go ahead and just skedaddle. Promise you guys the next one will be a way better HD viewing. We're going to stream way better. Wow. All right, you guys be easy.